Have you ever imagined yourself alone on this planet? No other life form, and all alone. No insects, no plants, no birds, and no friends. It sounds horrible, right? If you don't want to live in such a world, then you should realize the importance of biodiversity. But what does biodiversity mean? It may sound a little complicated when you first hear it. But if you look at it closely, you can see that biodiversity is made up of two different words. Bio, which means life or living things, and diversity, which refers to variety. Then, biodiversity means the variety of life on Earth. Scientists consider biodiversity at three different levels: genetic, species, and ecosystem. The number of variations in the genetic information within a single species refers to genetic diversity, and it's important for the species to adapt to their environment. This takes us to the next level, species diversity. Species diversity refers to the total number of different species within a single ecosystem. For example, when you're having a walk in a forest, you may come across several species like rabbits, snakes, mushrooms, trees. The number of all these species in the boundaries of the forest represents species diversity. But the species you come across in the forest will be very different than the species you would find in a desert or in the polar region. For example, you wouldn't see a polar bear in the rainforest. This type of comparison of the species across different ecosystems allow us to measure the biodiversity at ecosystem level. Did you know that the tropical rainforests are the biologically most diverse terrestrial ecosystems in the world? Unfortunately, the species in the rainforests, as in the other ecosystems all around the world, are threatened by certain human activities, which can cause biodiversity loss and mass extinction of the species. If we look at the history of life on Earth, we can find at least 5 periods of mass extinction events, and the 6th one is happening right now. Yes, when you are watching this video, a species might be gone. And this time, it is different than all the previous ones because it's mainly caused by humans. Overexploitation of natural resources, deforestation, habitat loss, degradation, fragmentation, invasive alien species, climate change, and pollution are some of the causes of this 6th mass extinction, and it is important to take action to stop or at least slow it down. But why? Why biodiversity is so important? And why should we conserve it? Because survival of the species depends on conservation of biodiversity. From the tiniest plankton in the ocean to an enormous elephant on the land, all living organisms are connected to each other, and the disturbance of one can cause an imbalance in the others. Think of it like the legs of a table. If you break one leg, the table will not be stable anymore. Similarly, if one species becomes extinct, the ecosystem might lose its balance. We, human beings, are also affected by the extinction of the species and the changes in the ecosystems, because we are also part of the nature and derive several benefits from it, which are also called ecosystem services. For example, our fresh air, clean water, food supplies, building materials, clothes, and medicine are all provided by nature and depend on biodiversity. If biodiversity is very crucial for all these reasons, what can we do to conserve it? If you want to take action, you can start from your own backyard. For example, you can build bird and bee houses to increase the number of these species in your neighborhood. Or you can plant different flowers to increase insect diversity and attract more species by providing food and water in your garden. You can also adopt a more sustainable lifestyle to help biodiversity conservation by reusing and recycling the resources. By taking action to conserve biodiversity, we can save thousands of dollars, but more importantly, thousands of lives.